morning on this balmy, feels like 15-degree morning. Just trying to wrap my head around some of the shit that goes on in this world and here at home, stuff that I see on the news, the way I see people behaving. So I come across this article the other day, and it's about this gentleman that needs an organ transplant. I believe it was a kidney. Younger gentleman, relatively young, probably even younger than me. Married, 2 kids. The hospital is denying this man his kidney because he is unvaccinated. Yes, he cannot get an organ transplant because he does not have a COVID vaccination. You know, and this was CBS News that puts this out. You know, I've made videos before saying that I don't just follow one news source, I follow multiple news sources. You know. So, it being CBS News, and I'm reading this article on social media, I go to the comment section because I already know what's in store with these people that comment on these, I'll call it left-wing news sources, because that's what it is. And there were people, and I wasn't shocked, there were people jumping for joy, cheering on a hospital, cheering on a decision. More or less okay with the fact that this guy, this young man, this married man, father of 2, is going to die. You know, I'm not going to recite some of the comments that I saw, but it was basically a standing ovation with the first couple hundred comments that I saw. So that just goes to show where some folks are at on this thing. I come across another news story, and it is a video of a gentleman trying to enter a business establishment, and he was verbally and physically assaulted by several people because he was not wearing a mask. All right, and this was all captured on video, and they're physically attacking him. And he was the one that was actually taking the video. So, I think it was a bunch of women that came at him. So I don't know where this guy was at, but it was a bunch of women. And they're all wearing masks, and they're shaming them for not wearing a mask, and they're hitting them and calling them out every name in the book. And as they're beating them, they're yelling Black Lives Matter as they're beating them. And all these women were white. And the reason why they're shouting Black Lives Matter is because this gentleman happened to be black. And they're beating his ass because he's not wearing a mask. All right. People, this is my opinion, and this is just an opinion of one guy. Opinions are like assholes, everybody has one. All right. This is no longer about health. Okay? This is more about compliance and control. And if you do not have your eyes open to that yet by now, then you're part of the problem. All right? And I implore you to get educated on this. All right? This fucking COVID shit, it's going to be here for the next 1,000 fucking years. All right? It is not going anywhere. All right? You can get the vaccination. You can get all your boosters that you want. All right? And I'm going to stop right now and tell you that I'm not against you if you choose to get vaccinated. All right? If that's what you think you got to do to protect yourself and your family, then I respect that. All right? But this whole trust the science argument, it's a bunch of bullshit now. All right? People that are vaccinated are getting sick and they are dying. All right? I know people that were vaccinated with boosters, personally, okay, that got sick and died. Okay? So if you want to go out and get it, that's fine. I'm not going to shame you for doing it. All right? And on a very personal note, I do have a family member, my dad, currently in a hospital right now with the Delta variant of COVID, fighting for his life. So yeah, it's very real. All right, but my whole point here of this video, and this is actually going to be a prepping video. I'm just getting my shit off right now. All right, I'm not making this video about this fucking COVID bullshit. I just wanted to get this out of the way before I jump into what I really want to jump into. Like I said, it's not about health. It's about compliance and control. And there is a cultist movement of these fucking vaccine Karens, because that's what I call them, vaccine Karens, that will shame you, that will physically attack you, that will jump up and down with joy if a hospital denies you life-saving treatments. That's the problem, all right? And people will say, oh, well, don't make this a political thing. Well, what the fuck? You got the president that comes on TV and says, this is a pandemic of the unvaccinated. You know, our Democrat president comes on TV and says that. And yet you're going to say, don't make this a political thing. That statement was not only inaccurate, but it was divisive. All right, and it's inaccurate because we all know that it's not a pandemic of the unvaccinated. All right, it is a bunch of fucking bullshit. You know, he scares the fucking hell out of me. You know, just look at the international news that's going on, and this is not even talking about COVID anymore. You know, you got Russia and Ukraine pretty much getting ready to go to war against each other. I'll tell you what, I'm not a military person, all right? But I have done my homework and my research on conflicts throughout the world and the history of the world, conflicts that we've been involved in. We do not want to see Russia and Ukraine go to war. That would be very bad, all right? And for us to get involved, we don't want to bang heads with Russia, all right? And I'm going to cut it off by saying it right there. I'm going to stop right there because I don't want this video to be like a half hour long. Anyway, switching gears. I had a buddy of mine reach out to me the other day. One of my brothers in gray. Not going to put you on blast here, bro. Sends me a message. Says, hey, Ray, you still prepping? Thinking about getting into it. Hell yeah, homie, I'm always prepping. You don't stop prepping, goddammit. Look, I've made past videos on this before and where I started. The dollar store, well, the $1.25 store now, but that's always my go-to. All Amazon, Walmart, just stock up on canned goods. Get as many, set yourself a budget, something that you are okay with spending on a monthly basis, weekly basis, whatever. And pick out a room in your house and just start stacking. Buying and stacking. I'm not going to come out here, but I might have done it on past videos and I probably shouldn't, but I'm not going to sit here and tell you how much I have or where it's located. You're not going to know where it's located. But I will say this, I have enough. We just started the year 2022. I have enough to get me through the rest of this year right now. And looking at the empty store shelves out in the supermarkets, everybody thought I was fucking crazy. I'm glad that I did it. And listen,